call the meeting to order. Today is September 30th, 2024, and this is the City Commission. Roll call vote, please. Roll call, please.
Smith.
Here.
Weinreich.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Mayor Robish.
Here. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to agenda approval. Anyone have anything they would like to add to the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Roll call vote now, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Please state your name and address for the record. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in public forum? Yes, sir, Mr. Bragg.
Sure, Mr. Mayor, this is one we've been talking about for a while, but if there's nothing else, I'll jump in tonight. Just wanted to give an update to the public that with the new water billing system, we do have the ability to track daily the amount of water that's being used, which is great if we notice a break in the line or an unusual amount of water. But what we have found is a couple situations where, because folks have never needed to be contacted via that method, we don't have their latest number. We still have a house number and maybe they've switched to a cell number. So I would strongly encourage residents to contact the city, let us know what your correct contact information is, make sure we have that updated in the system. We can get all of our notices out to you, but this has been the one that has come up recently. If you have unusual water usage, we're able to contact you. So I guess I'm not sure, I should have been more prepared. I'm not sure what the best phone number is for that.
Let's see.
8502.
8502 or 8507.
So-
352. 353 and 507 is the utility bill.
Okay.
353-8507 is utility billing.
Okay, perfect. So
Great
just,
information.
Yeah, just be helpful. Folks should have that on file for any kind of issue. We want to be able to reach out and give you updates.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
Mr.
that.
Mayor.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Consent agenda, matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the commission at one time without discussion unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Tonight, our agenda consists of 4.1 minutes of September 23, 24. 4.2 fuel quotes for city departments. 4.3 consider road closure request from Huron Chamber and Visitors Bureau for a ribbon cutting on October 25th for Dakota Avenue being opened. 4.4 personnel items. Accept the part-time year-round employment of Elizabeth Pollock as a library clerk effective October 7, 2024 at grade 2, step A, $12.88 per hour. Number 2, accept the voluntary retirement resignation of Mike Struble as a volunteer firefighter effective September 24, 2024 after 25 years of service. And I would personally like to thank Mike for helping out there in the volunteer fire department. 4.5, a raffle by the Ringneck Festival. 4.6, payment of the bills.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? I guess I would just like to comment a little bit about this 4.3, consider road, nope, not that one. Yes, consider road closure request for Huron Chamber and Visitors Bureau for a ribbon cutting on October 25th for Dakota Avenue being open. That's we're gonna have a kind of a re-grand opening of Dakota Avenue, and it probably will not be 100% finished. So just take that in mind, and it should be open enough to see what it's gonna be like and whatever, but not everything will be in place, so just keep that in mind when you come down and do the cheers and the hurrahs and pop the corks. so. I would accept the motion for the consent agenda.
You have a motion and a
I
second.
do? Well, then let's have a roll call vote.
All right, Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
I will too. Number 5, bid quote items. Consider construction change order number 1 for the lift station improvements. Assistant Engineer Dennis Bennett.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. This change order is for the wet well at 20th and Ohio. When we dug it up, we found it had a 60-inch base, so we had to get larger stuff. So the total to change it up to 60-inch is $3,751.92. Recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions on the Ohio lift station? Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. And 5.2, consider payment request number 1 from TLC Olson Construction LLC for the lift station improvement in the amount of $223,684.49.
Thank you. This is for the lift station, the wet wells at 20th in Ohio and 18th in Indiana. And they have been completed, just need patched. Recommend approval.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any questions on these? Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. Moving on to ordinances and resolutions. 7.1, consider second reading of ordinance 2264-30-246, the annual appropriation. I'll turn this over to Pauline and Brian if he wants to add to it.
Thank you, Mayor. There was one slight change in the levy request, $411. It was a rounding error with the spreadsheet with the county. So, total increase in property checks, I'm just gonna say this, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing again. $267,481 increase in property tax revenue. Total then requested is $6,149,659. Other than that, there was no changes. We talked about budget now for about 8 weeks. Again, I thank my staff, I thank everybody, I thank the commission for putting together a balanced budget. And if you have questions on any of it, please let me know.
Okay. Commissioner Smith, do you have anything you want to add?
I don't.
Okay. Would entertain a motion for that?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions at all? Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. Moving on to departmental items. Consider authorization and approval for the Parks and Recreation Director Chad Schroeder to sign the Community Forest Grant application. And we have Chad Schroeder with us here, and I'll turn it over to him.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. This is the annual grant that I apply through the South Dakota Department of Ag and Natural Resources. This will be to plant 15 new trees in Memorial Park down in the southeast corner of the park, right off of the campground. That's where I'm gonna work this year. We have some ash trees that we're gonna thin out, and then we're gonna put 15 new trees in. So it's a
Okay.
matching grant. It's $5,000 matching. So it'll be a $10,000 total project.
Okay. Commissioner Bragg, you have anything to add?
Just to be clear, these ones, we had some flooding there, and that had done permanent damage to these trees. They've been still standing, but every year dying off a little bit more, and so they're not trees that are going to survive. So we've been slowly taking them down and replacing them with new, and then Chad's got a plan. The species of trees he's using and where they're placing them should avoid that from happening again in the future. So he's got a good plan to stay on top of that.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve 8.1.
Second.
Any other questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Roberts.
Aye. Moving on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Moving on to 8.2, consider surplus property of 40 acres known as the North Gravel Pit. And, Pauline, do you wanna?
Yeah, I can start it, and then I think Sean has some information.
Oh, sorry.
We talked about this property years ago, did not surplus it, but we did talk about it surplusing the property. It's 40 acres, known as the North Gravel Pit. The South Dakota Board of Minerals in Environment have released the liability license, a permit we had for minerals, meaning we got gravel and sand and that out of there. So that has been released as of July last year. Bob would like to sell it, and Sean's got some details from Bob on the property itself. I would recommend to surplus with auction date of October 30th, and Meyer Auction to do the live auction here at City Hall.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Harvey, but you go ahead and
No,
fill
you're
in.
fine, you're just fine. Paulin covered a lot of it, but we have not mined this for many, many years, it looks like. They did use an area to dry and screen sand for a while. They quit using it around 1996 and reclaimed a vast majority of the area. Less than a half an acre was kept on the books as mineable, and we applied for a mining license until 2023, when he asked the Department of Natural Resources to inspect the area and get it cleared off the books. The road to the property right now is overgrown and will need some extensive clearing to even access it. The DNR used a drone to inspect it, so.
Okay. I would entertain a motion for 8.2.
Move to approve the addition for the auction.
Okay.
Second.
Any questions?
Just got one
Yes.
clarification. So Paulin, this will be a live auction, this won't go online, this will be
It's not
separate?
online, there'll be a live auction on October 30th. It's exactly a week after the other surplus auction, 23rd, and then the 30th will be a live auction, 11 a.m.
Will that
in
be
the city.
on site, or?
No, it'll be
it'll
here
be
at
here.
City Hall. Yep,
In this room?
in this room, okay.
Okay. Any other roll call vote, please?
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Craig,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. That concludes our business for tonight. We are going to